Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for Farming Simulator 22, continuing our start from scratch Elmcreek run here, and it is time for us to pick up some more herbicide. We've got a couple more contracts we want to knock out. Wrong button. Here we go. We've got several fertilizing contracts that should be okay to do, at least these middle two for sure, possibly even 78, we'll see. But we definitely want to do 68 and 37 on the spraying contracts. And man, it would be nice to get that big O sprayer there, but I don't want to pay $25.65 for that or lose $25.65 for that. So we'll just continue to use our own sprayer. It should still be plenty fast enough, but we do need to pick up some more herbicide because we are a bit low. So let's come over here and get a pallet of, come on, there you go. Just that one size, right? Yep. Okay. Get the one size of herbicide here. Probably actually need a couple of these to be fair, but we'll start with one and go from there. So one thing about this, I mean, the size of this, like the width of the spraying arms, is still plenty to do even the big fields. Probably the big thing where it gets you is the size of the tanks. You know, there's just not a lot of room for herbicide in here. In fact, we're going to grab another one because we are going to need it eventually anyway. And I do want to make sure we have a full load for this run, just to make sure we have the best chance of getting as much done as possible. All right, let's get you zipped over there, my friend. This is field 68. We could also grab 37, just knock them both out at the same time, I suppose. Yeah, I guess there's no reason not to at this point. Actually, it doesn't really matter which one we go do first, to be fair. 37 is down here. Actually, they're right across from each other. That's actually very convenient. So we'll probably actually go do 37 first, just to get it done, get it off the list, and go from there. So let's come over here, see if we can get the little tractor to drive over here. And while he's driving, we will zip over here and get this guy to the market, because you are ready to roll. Full load of grain, almost 100%. So only need just a little tiny bit to complete the contract, and the rest of this we can keep for ourselves, which will be really nice. Oh, train coming along. Hello, train. Someday we might use you. Maybe. Someday. I don't know. The train on this map, truth be told, I don't use the trains very often at all on any maps. Back in 19 or even at all or anything like that. So it's not, even then they were free. At least here you actually have to pay for them. So that can, goes against you a little bit. But it's not so much that I mean, it just hasn't been need to transport goods from one place to another in a long, large distance. Now, if we start selling goods off map, then maybe we'll start using the train. But right now, none of our goods are sellable off map, as far as I know. At least none of the ones that we're turning everything into other products that have to sell on the map, I guess is what I'm getting at. Now, there's other reasons to use the train. You can use it to transport from one side of the map to the other quickly. That's always an option. I don't see that happening on this run, but maybe in a future run, if we're at a different location on the map, we might do something like that. All right, we're going to need very little of this to complete this, so hopefully I can stop it quickly enough. Like it was like so little. It was just this tiny little bit. Oh, I sold more than I did. I thought I was waiting for this money to go up, and I didn't realize it was selling. It sold about half of it, so I thought it was less than that. I was watching the number at the top because as soon as it starts going up in dollars, I know to stop it. I was not watching the quantity of product going out. But still, hey, we got 6,000 liters here after that contract is done to use for our own benefits, which is very convenient. That is going to make a good chunk of flour for sure. Now, I don't really want to put this in the flour just yet because I want to be able to get the bakery set up so that we can get the plant to distribute to the bakery for us. So that is going to be my goal. We'll just get this back home. Looks like our worker is made it to the field. We'll get you started, Mr. Worker. Just one moment. I'll get this guy dropped off. Looks like it's going to be raining later today. Which will be fine for most of the things that we're doing, but obviously you can't harvest in the rain. So I'm glad we finished that one up. We'll get you lined up, but we're not going to drop you in just yet. I mean, I guess I could drop it off and just leave the machine turned off. That is an option, but not too big of a deal right this second. Let's get you over here to 37 and get you rolling. Although map, you know what? It might be smarter to start with 68. Get as much herbicide done as we can, and then come back for the other one. Just to see how much we actually need for 68, the entire field. I would imagine more than we've got. But honestly, I don't know. Now 68, if you've seen one of my recent videos about a good way to start from scratch, 68 is definitely a really good field. It's one of the it's the field I would recommend if you're going to start from scratch and really want to be aggressive about profit. Now, if you just want to chill and have fun, grab whatever field you want. I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing the game how you want to play. But if you really want to be aggressive and min-maxing your profit, you know, coming in per dollar spent out, then field 68 is pretty much the best field on this map. It is, you get a lot of field for your money. It's very expensive, but you get a lot of field for your money, and you make tons of money in crops off this field, no matter what crop you're using, but especially if you're doing one of like the sugar beets or cotton or something like that. All right, get you rolling. Let's see. So we got that going. So we've got 2 contracts, and now we got 1 we can turn in. Let's get that one turned in because none of that equipment was leased. So we have all that equipment. Nothing happens, changes there. Let's grab you, and then we've got a few fertilizing contracts. I mean, in order to do these, we'd have to borrow fertilizer, or we could just wait. And I think waiting is probably the right move. So we will do that. And I guess at this point I can just do this job myself. At least up until the point where if I start running out and I need to turn on the automation just so I don't have to go back and buy more herbicide, we might change that up. But not a lot for us to do right now. Really, we want to finish these contracts up, especially this one. The other contracts are a little bit less important, but we still want to get them done because we'd really like to get... I want to get the bakery next, but I also need to get more field. I mean, there's so much I need to get, and I want to min-max as much as I can. By doing as many contracts as you can, that really, really makes a huge difference in your overall profits per month type of thing. And look, we've been able to buy, you know, $100,000 plus worth of vehicles in the last few months because of all the contracts we've been doing. Now, was that the right move? Should we bought those vehicles instead of leasing them? Based on some of my recent research, no. We should have just leased the vehicles, but that's okay. You know, learning. Sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. Try different things, see what works. At least this field's easy to see what's needing to be weeded. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I thought I hit the button to stop the sprayer. I hit the button to... I don't know what I did. Anyway. Big old field. It's a good field though, man. This is tons and tons of crops. I mean, you'd have to have semi-trucks, trailers, and stuff like that to be able to, you know, effectively get the crop off this type of field. I mean, even something, even with semi-trucks, something like sugar beets would take many loads, I would imagine, because it's just, it takes up so much room in the trailers. Poor guy made a mess of things, leaving these weeds to grow this long. What is this on here? Is that sugar beets? It's some sort of root crop, isn't it? Yeah, it is sugar beets. Speaking of what I was talking about, there you go. Wow, even 61, 62, 63 all have... Oh, that's not potato. I thought that was potatoes for a second there. But 61, 63 sugar beets. There's a lot of sugar beets on this part of the map. And maybe we'll get a contract for those, because even though it takes a long time, we're worth a lot of money. So it would be good. We might have enough herbicide in this thing to finish this field. It's going to be close. I'll have to check the percentage here in just a second. Over just a little bit. I mean, I don't mind a little bit overlap to make sure we get it, but trying to minimize that as much as possible. All right, there we go. Just on 180 degrees, pretty close. And we'll check to see what the contract looks like right now. 25%, and we've only used 23% of the herbicide. Okay, we're going to be good. We are going to be just fine. I don't know that we'll have enough for 37 as well, but we should be fine otherwise. All right, I want to go ahead and get a little bit more of this done. I will come back when we get a little bit closer to the end. We'll be right back. All right, we are finishing up hopefully the last pass here. We're almost done, 92%. Might just barely get it. If not, we'll just do a little bit of this pass over here on the right, which would only be a couple of the sprayer nozzles turned on. We're missing a little bit. I'll get a little bit off my line, but that's all right. We're still going to be okay. 94%. It's going to be close. Come on, game. Make this work. I don't want to have to do another pass. Almost out of herbicide too, but we should be fine. Sure is a big field, man. It does take a while to do stuff, but in the end, you're getting so much out of it. It's hopefully, I mean, I think it's worth the effort in the end. If it was your field, that is. Obviously, even for this contract, 10,000 bucks to do this, not bad at all. Oh, there we go. Nice. So we did finish it, and we got a little bit of herbicide left. Maybe, I think it'll be enough to do 37. It should be fine. That was kind of funny, actually. Tractor was lifted up by the thing. The sprayer nozzles. Should be what? 3 passes, maybe? This one's a little bit harder to see. I'm going to let the worker take this one, because I will not be able to see where to turn around at. And I guess I could have done the first pass, but that's all right. All right, let's come over here. Let's get this one completed. 10,000 bucks there. And then we're going to grab, We may ultimately just grab all of these. I don't know about 3. We may not do 3, but we'll definitely grab 12 and 43. Those are going to be worth doing. 78 maybe. We'll see. We'll check on 78 in a second. Let me get you back home real quick while we're doing something else anyway. I do want to start buying these fields down here though. 47, 50, 51. I think these would be good fields for us. I do know 50 and 51 are the two best fields for the price. You get the most acre per dollar from those two fields, so they would be, even though they're small fields, they would be really good for us because they fit within, you know, not too expensive, but getting us as much crop as possible for that money. 47 I don't think would be bad. If it's by itself, I can't remember. We'll check here in a second. It might include some of the others. I don't remember. Our sorghum's coming along quite nicely. All right, you're back home. Let's check on those fields because I am curious now because I do want to plan for it, you know, soon-ish. I mean, whatever we can. 47 is by itself. 64,000 bucks is not too bad, and then 51 again is a really good one. I know about for sure. I think just 47 just has a little bit more green space around the outside that you're having to pay for on top of the field, so it's not quite as much, you know, min-maxing the field for the size of the location. But I think it would still be pretty good pickup for us. I mean, if we just owned all of these right here, that'd be great. Honestly, if eventually we owned this whole entire block, I mean, I don't know how long would that take. I don't know, but that wouldn't be bad either. That would be a really, really good setup, I think. Just gonna leave you here for now, Mr. Trailer. You are finishing up the last little bit here, it looks like. 89%. I'm assuming you missed part of it somewhere. All right, 97%. What did you miss, my friend? Oh, just this little bit right here. Will be easy to get. There we go. Done and done. That is contract is finished now. So let us get you turned in, and then we'll go back and pick up the fertilizing contracts now and get those rolling. So let's get you back home. Drive you back over there. I love this dairy. I know I talk about it every time I come by, but it definitely is one of the cooler buildings out here. Be right back. I gotta put a quick pause in the video. All right, I'm back. One of my kiddos needed something, so I had to jump off for a bit. Let's get you back over here. Get you filled up with some fertilizer. What in the world did I just hit? What in the world was that? I just hit something. I have no idea what it was. That was very strange. Alrighty then. And we might not have to buy more. I was going to say we were probably going to have to buy more, but I think we actually have quite a bit of fertilizer over here. We will see momentarily. I'm going to go ahead and grab all of this, though. And so I can just drop it off in one spot. Or it may not all fit. Okay, there we go. Just get you dropped off over here together. As I use the store as my own personal storage space. Oh, that was not much there. I think we're going to have to buy one more. Let's get us some more. Which does make these contracts we're about to do not worth it, because we're paying more for this big chunk than we would be for whatever fertilizer we're going to use. But obviously we'll use it in the long run. Okay. There we go. First field up. I mean, 12 is pretty close, isn't it? I don't think it really matters what order we do these in. 12 is way up there. 43 is down here. And what was the other one? 78, I think at some point we're going to do. Down southeast. So let's go up to 12 real quick because it's up here. We're close-ish. Whoa. What in the world am I hitting? Or is it lagging or something? Usually I don't see that kind of lag unless I'm on a multiplayer game where it's like trying to sync with the other player and then you just kind of hit almost like hit an invisible wall, but I'm obviously not playing multiplayer, so that's something else going on. Should not take as long to do these, thankfully. I mean, they're a little bit far apart. It's going to take us longer to drive there than it is to actually do them. If we can make it up the hill. Come on, tractor, you can do it. We do need to get this tractor repaired a bit. This has been a workhorse for us, though, man. We've used this thing a lot. Alright, let's get this. What is this over here? Usually all these fields are grass, but 12 is something else entirely. I don't know if I've ever done a contract in 12, come to think of it. What is that? Sort of canola or something? Well, let's see. It is soybeans. I see that now, actually. Very leafy plants. Definitely a interesting little field here. It's like, hey, look, we've got this side of a hill of land. Let's just put a field there. That's kind of what it feels like. Although I will say, I was looking at a map of my grandfather's old farm and land and all that stuff, and you put a square foot of crop everywhere you can. Like, it does not matter what the resulting field looks like. If it fits, it's going to have some crop on it, you know? Or I should say, if a tractor fits at all, then you're putting crop on it. So it was kind of... I mean, most of the fields were fairly rectangular shaped, but there were several that, you know, you get past all the rectangular shaped ones and then you're like, okay, now what's left? Okay, this oddly weird half triangle, half trapezoid shaped one. All right, that's gonna be a field too then. You know, and that's kind of what it ends up being. I mean, you got land. Every square foot of crop you can get off that land is gonna be money for you. Okay, this last little bit over here. We have a cultivating job that just popped up, but don't know that we want to do it or not. We'll have to see the size of the field and stuff. There we go. Done. Alrighty, we'll get you turned in. Oh, harvesting. Yes. More barley too. Okay, that's good. Field 57. That's going to be a big field, isn't it? Oh yeah. Pretty big. Bigger than the one we just did, which was 51. Like 1, 2, 3, probably at 4 or 5 times the size of 51. It's going to be a lot of trailer loads. But the fact that it's barley means we can go ahead and just take the trailer that we've got and zip that over there, because it will not need, we can just start using that for the new contract and whatever. We'll just have more left over from that contract then. Let's get you zipping over to the next field, which, I guess we'll do 43 next. It doesn't really matter. And while you're driving over there, if you don't get hit by a truck, we're going to go see which contract we want to do. I mean, I guess we'll go ahead and grab the harvesting one. We definitely want to get that one done. The cultivating one, 51. I mean, we do have a cultivator ourselves, right? Like sitting over at our... I forget. I'm trying to remember which one we actually did get. We got the cultivator right over here, don't we? It's not a super powerful one, though. It's like a really tiny one. It would take a while to do 51, but we could get it done on the cheap. I just don't know if it's worth doing it. I mean, 51 is... It's not a huge field, but it is still a big enough field that it would take us a while to do it. Let's start with the harvesting contract. We know we want that one. And I'm not going to... And if we have more room left over, we'll discuss this one. Because 1,800 bucks is decent money. We are not going to borrow the items. I think we'll just accept it as is. It's going to take a little bit longer because our stuff is pretty narrow, but we'll get it done. All right, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, we'll get started on this new contract and go from there. But I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to our first channel member ever, Telrenar. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.